Hey guys, thanks for hitting that play button. This video is for anyone who, one, has tried the ketogenic diet and decided it wasn't for them, or two, someone who has been on the ketogenic diet and is finding that they're not getting the same kind of results as maybe they got in the beginning. So I've been on the ketogenic diet for almost 2 years, and any different path that you may have gone down, I've probably also gone down myself. And what I want to share with you today are some of the key pitfalls that a lot of us can bump into and maybe not even realize. So we're going to talk about how you can do the nutritional ketogenic diet while also having different food intolerances. So we're going to talk about the 3 main ones. And the first one is gluten intolerance. That's what I have. And so I feel like I can really share with you a perspective on how to do keto and also manage a gluten intolerance. And there are a couple of issues that pop up that I want to share with you because I think they're very, very interesting. So first and foremost, when you're keto, it almost naturally fits like a hand in a glove with being gluten-free. Because, for example, anytime you're making food and you take out the grains, you're taking out the carbs. So it actually can help you when you're going keto and then staying gluten-free when you're keto. Here's the tricky part. A lot of times you can be what you think is gluten-free, but you're getting cross-contamination. So something that actually happened to me that was a huge challenge. After about a year of doing keto, I started to not feel as well as I had at the beginning. And I started to get bloated and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And so I spent some time, I did food journaling for about a week. And what had happened is over that year, I started to incorporate more and more nuts into my diet. So if it was almond milk or if I was making an almond flour, keto bread, which I love so much, or if I was just eating handfuls of nuts at different times in the day, what was happening was while the nuts that I was eating were the right types, they were processed, many of them, in a facility that also processed wheat. So I was getting cross-contamination and it was a really big issue. So for any of you that are looking to be gluten-free and keto, just be very, very careful about any form of cross-contamination. Okay, the second area that we're going to talk about with food intolerance is dairy. How many of you can't tolerate either the casein or the lactose? So if it's one of those two, my children, actually 2 of my 4 kids, are casein intolerant, and they're very, very sensitive to it. So in our house, for the past 6-7 years, we focused on preventing them from ingesting any sort of casein. And that's a little bit hard at the beginning, but when you do keto as a non-dairy keto, that's when you want to incorporate lots of different foods. For example, all of the delicious almond milks, all of the macadamia, or you can talk about pecans. There are lots of coconut products like the coconut yogurts, a lot of the fermented coconut products that are so powerful and so good on a non-dairy keto diet. I interviewed Dr. Toni Bark. She's an amazing medical doctor. You should check her out. And I interviewed her for The Real Skinny on Fat. And she is and has been for a long period of time keto, but a vegan keto. So there's so many different types of amazing recipes. If you look through my collection of recipes, you'll see so many of them, and most of them are dairy-free. Nut allergies and keto. So many of you have sensitivities to nuts, or the nuts are processed in a way where there's contamination or molds, and I have great news for you. This month, I've taken the opportunity to really do keto without incorporating any sort of nuts into my diet, and I feel great. So for all of you that can't have nuts, you want to be able to focus on other ingredients, like the dairy ingredients, like the fermented foods, like the dark green leafy vegetables, like high quality meat products. And there's so many ways to get a super rich and incredibly delicious keto lifestyle without incorporating the nuts. My goal with this little video was to help many of you that may have started keto or are in the middle of keto really embrace nutritional ketosis in a meaningful way. So here's the thing. Over 5 million people in our country are in closed Facebook communities around keto. It's such a trend, and for good reason. It's way more than a trend. The science is really supporting it. And as we learn more and more about how our body likes to work, which fuel is the preferred fuel, maybe you're somebody who can tolerate carbohydrates, but for the 75% of us in this country that cannot, keto is a lifesaver. It's a way of eating that can truly transform the way you feel, how much energy you have, the reduction in inflammation, the reduction in cravings. It's changed my life. And I just wanted you to be able to have some extra little tools to help you in case you have different food sensitivities. So I'm going to give you a couple of little bonuses. If you can grab 1, 2, or 3 concepts from this video that can help you on your personal journey to a better life, more health, more well-being, then I've totally done my job and I'm so happy. And I always want to get your comments. So here we go. This is bonus number 1. So this is an electrolyte complex. I like to add some electrolytes to my water throughout the day. Sometimes it's just a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt. Sometimes it's actual electrolytes. But I find if I ever need a little boost, that I just need some more minerals. One of the hardest things to do when you're getting into keto or when you're making a change in your life while you're on keto. So for example, if you're starting to change the way you exercise, is your need for electrolytes. Your need for your sodium, potassium, and magnesium can change quite drastically. So always pay attention to your electrolytes. Another thing to think about when you're doing keto is the way that you process stress. So if you're dealing with chronic stress, it can literally pop you out of keto. You want to make sure that when you're doing keto, you're helping yourself to feel good, to have a good sense of well-being. And if you find that you're in a stressful situation, maybe you just need a little bit more time to rest, to rejuvenate, to relax. So give yourself the luxury of some deep regenerative sleep. I've got videos right on this channel on how to get your best beauty sleep. So if you like this video, I invite you to subscribe. You can hit the notification button. I love getting your comments and I look forward to connecting next time.